What is the Green New Deal? In February 2019, a joint resolution was introduced in the Senate and in Congress recognizing the duty of the United States government to create a Green New Deal. The resolution acknowledges that human activity is the dominant cause of observed climate change over the past century, and that it will cause so much harm to America that preventing this full-scale disaster should be our top priority. The resolution suggests that in creating a Green New Deal, we would reduce greenhouse gas emissions, commit to renewable energy, update our infrastructure, clean up toxic waste sites, and take active care of delicate ecosystems. All of that will be an opportunity to create millions of jobs which will enrich the lives of Americans by rebuilding our economy to give everyone in America access to the healthcare, education, security, and job income they need. The Green New Deal is inspired by the New Deal, a series of programs, public work projects, and financial reforms that pulled America out of the Great Depression in the 1930s. The Green New Deal would seek to follow in the very successful steps of the New Deal while keeping environmental concerns centered and making sure that everyone in America can benefit from the new economy. The joint resolution is not itself the Green New Deal, but rather a declaration of intent to create a Green New Deal. What the Green New Deal might be is proposed in the document, but as it is a non-binding resolution, it is more of a roadmap we can choose to follow. Now, you might have heard that the Democrats had tanked their own bill way back in February, but if we zoom in on the fine print of the bill that was voted on in February, we see that it was sponsored by Republican Senator Mitch McConnell, who introduced his own Green New Deal and then forced a vote knowing it would never pass without being properly studied or debated. I mean, what does he think this is? The Patriot Act? And you know, Senator McConnell got what he wanted with his little trick, the story that the Green New Deal was dead. But the resolution to create a Green New Deal, as introduced in the Senate by Ed Markey and in Congress by Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, is still very much alive and is a very important document. We're talking about making sure we have a healthy, educated country full of people who care for each other, all while, saving the planet, or at least our ability to survive on it. Conservatives are crying about the cost, but there's no way to put a price tag on the Green New Deal because it's not a cost, it's an investment, and we know we have the money. We currently spend more money on healthcare than any country in the world, and our healthcare doesn't even rank in the top 10 for quality, while countries with programs like Medicare for All spend less and get better care. We fund for-profit prisons, give massive tax breaks to giant corporations and billionaires, and we subsidize the fossil fuel industry to the tune of $649 billion a year. So how do we pay for the Green New Deal? We're already spending the money. We're just spending it badly, and that is a choice. Sure, Medicare for All and free public education could be called socialist ideals. But they're also really good ideas, and countries that have those things tend to have very strong economies and high standards of living. And they still have private ownership and super rich people. Look, we could drown ourselves in oil and coal because it's good for business, even though we know it's not. Or we, as a nation, could grow up and take responsibility for our history and our future. The joint resolution to create a Green New Deal is written in plain English. It's only 14 pages long. You can download it right now from congress.gov and read it yourself in about 15 minutes. In fact, you should. You don't have to be scared of the Green New Deal. The resolution is just a starting point. What happens next is up to us.